Hello, Namek here, and today we're going to be talking about more real-life firearms, because, I'm a gun guy. I like guns. I can't afford any real ones, so I'm stuck with Airsoft and Nerf at the moment. Anyway, bullpups. What exactly are they? Well, before I can get into talking about what the prettiest bullpup is, you have to know what a bullpup is. This is your conventional style assault rifle. Pretend it's real, okay? Right. Difference between this and your normal rifle is it's fully automatic. Normal AR-15s are not fully automatic, so they're not assault rifles. Or, you'd know. Anyway, the magazine. This is magazine. Bullets go in here, kabloom, out the front. Pretty long, right? You have the stock, which houses the buffer tube in the back, and magazine release goes out right there. Pretty simple rifle, easy to use. It's easy to use unless you're left-handed, then you have to do all this weird stuff, which... It's not a left-hand friendly firearm, I'll tell you that. But a bullpup is, well, a little bit different. The magazine is back here, the actual trigger group is right here, the barrel goes above, or all the way up here. Usually on most bullpups, the magazine is behind the trigger. Advantage of a bullpup is you get the same length barrel, but in a shorter package. And if we, fold this all the way in, you still see the barrel is longer on the conventional rifle because you don't have this entire stock on the end. And if you actually put this right up next to each other, they'd be about the same length if you took off the stock. So that is the advantage of a bullpup rifle. You get a shorter, more compact rifle, but you still get the same 16-inch barrel. Now, of course, you do have to sacrifice things like ergonomics, and the fact that your magazine release is usually weird in an uncomfortable position, like the FAMAS. But, your reloading is much weirder, everything is all different, the proportions usually aren't as good, and most of the times, they're ugly. But ugly. If you look at anything AK bullpup, you would know it is but ugly. It's horrid. But, some have been disputed to be pretty beautiful, and today we are going to be looking at the prettiest bullpup rifles. Now, I believe the first on this list has to be the Steyr AUG, an Austrian-made, mostly polymer rifle. This is definitely and by far the prettiest bullpup rifle. The A1 models also have a built-in scope on the AUGs, but long barrel, pretty nice. The AUG is actually fully ambidextrous, which means you can actually configure the bolt and all that to eject out the left side instead of the right side for your left-handed shooters, which is really convenient, and you really can't do that on a conventional rifle like this, where it's, well, you're either right-handed or you don't get a rifle. So, the AUG, it is definitely and by far the prettiest bullpup rifle, and even people who hate bullpup rifles have admitted that the AUG is the prettiest one there. Next up on the list is, well, definitely a newer, more modern rifle, but it probably is the Springfield Helion. I will admit, that is a very good-looking rifle. It actually really looks nice. It's actually, accepts 5.56, pretty standard semi-automatic rifle for the civilian use, which, it's not too much to it. It's polymer, black, tactical, good-looking, and in general, I actually really like it if it wasn't so darn expensive. Right. Next on the list will be the FAMAS, which, if you know, is a little bit of a weirder rifle, but it is definitely one of the most common bullpup rifles. And by that, I do mean it is used by the French military forces as the standard rifle. And of course, you also have the FAMAS Feline concept in like 2010, which is another really nice looking bullpup rifle. Another bullpup rifle I will have to add in here is probably the British EM2 concept rifle, which is a really interesting rifle because it blends two of one of the more interesting things in firearms. Now, we all agree that wood on firearms is the prettiest thing that ever happened to firearms, and then we have agreed bullpups are kind of but ugly. And if we combine the two, it cancels all the beauty of the wood, cancels out the ugliness of the bullpup, and you get actually a moderately good-looking rifle. Another good rifle to look at is, of course, the FN F2000, which is really interesting. It does use a standard 5.56, but it's, well, completely sealed, meaning there's absolutely no dirt getting in the rifle no matter what you do. They've you know, they've tested it out. And there's actually a seal around the magazine, so when you insert the magazine, you know, there's no dirt getting inside the firearms mechanisms. Another interesting thing is that it ejects the round spent casings out the front of the rifle, which is odd choice, but hey, it's interesting, I guess. And we've also seen F2000 in use in Ukraine, which is an interesting choice. Again, interesting rifle. I think it looks pretty darn good. And of course, there are many other beautiful bullpup rifles out there. There are many other ugly ones, but those are the ones I can think of at the moment. Pretty bad bullpup rifles. You look anything AK. Yes, if anything AK related, that's a bullpup. Usually pretty hideous. I'll actually flash a few examples up on here. Yeah, these are horrendous, and I don't really like them. There's one exception, and that would have to be the OTS-14 Groza, which is actually a fairly good-looking rifle, I will add. For, you know, I do like it a lot. So, of course, if you do enjoy this video, I do recommend you actually subscribe and like the channel. Maybe comment your ideas. I don't know. Do what you'd like. This is America. And for my viewers that are not in America, welcome to whatever country you live in. Have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video.